Yes, that was recorded at my studio. Absolutely. I actually produced that one. Pretty cool song. There's actually lyrics to it, but there's a singer on it, but I prefer the instrumental version. So, how's everybody doing, man? What's up? What's happening? I wasn't late. I had to run the countdown because I had to make a coffee. You know, we were doing one of the neighbor boys' birthday today, so we were hanging out with the neighbors, and I had to run in. I literally had to run inside. It's Sunday, man. Come on. My football game was on early, so my football game was on at noon. You know, so football is over for me, so I don't have to worry. Yeah, we lost, bro. Come on. What y'all gonna do? I'm a Saints fan. You see that thing hanging right there on the other side, right? Yeah, okay. I'll admit it, man. I'm cool with it. I'm good with it. No worries. How's everybody doing, man? What's up? Anybody got straight up, bro? Let's go with questions, comments, or concerns. Hey, I built my template, man, for the challenge, and it's cool, bro. I actually did the video is coming out tomorrow on my YouTube channel. I actually used my template, and I actually used the song that we're going to be using through the challenge, so you get an idea what the song is going to be like. It's pretty cool. It's okay. It's pretty cool. It's another song that we actually record. I actually produced that one too. I recorded everything, mixed everything. I didn't mix it with 5 plugins though. There's a few more on there, but it was cool, man. Nicholas said, "Hello, it's me." Yeah, the name of that song is "Don't." If you want to go look it up, it's on Spotify. It plays on all the streaming services. By a kid named God, what's the kid's name? Ooh, Sebastian Garola is the artist name that sang it for us. He's the guy we got to sing. We had a girl. That's a funny story, man. On the song, you guys are producers. You might understand this. We actually wrote that song for an artist in where's she from? She's from Reno, and we were working via Zoom with her, and so we brought her down. We actually got all the instrumentals working. It was in a good place, and so we flew her down here to spend the weekend and sing on it, you know. And then we would finish everything up, mix it, and everything, and all this, and you know, it was going to be for her. Ryan Higgins, hang on, Ryan Higgins wrote a book. Let's see if we can read this. Have you heard the new Brick Lane compressors from Crane? No. Just got a pair and they're sick. Okay. I mean, if they're, I know Craneborn, but I haven't heard the Brick Lane compressors. Okay. Hey, man, if you're happy with the purchase and your wife allowed it, you know, we're all in a good spot there. No, that's how I feel about some of my gear, man. You know, it's one of those things that it's a lot of money, but, bro, when you put it out there and then you hook it up and you listen to it for the first time, you're like, yeah, okay, that's why. All right, so this girl from Reno, man, we wrote the song for her. We brought her down here, and she came into the studio. I'd never met her. The only interaction I had with her was via email and on Zoom once. We met on Zoom once, but that was more talking about the instrumental. And so she comes in, bro, and the first thing I introduced myself. Oh, hey, how's it going? First thing she says, she doesn't even say hello. She says, "I hate the horn section. I want to put violins." I'm like, "No, girl, this is my song. You're just here to sing." You know, and bro, she was nasty, man. We ended up, we worked a little bit that day, and then the next day she came. We did some pre-production on her vocals, and then the next day she came in and she had put some violins on like a garage band thing on her phone, bro. And then she's like, "This is what I want. I'm take that horn section out. This is what I want." And she attempted to play that violin thing on GarageBand. And I promptly called her an Uber, took her back to the airport. And she says, "But my flight doesn't leave until tomorrow. What am I supposed to do?" I don't know. It's a cool city if you want to go look around. You're done here, though. You know, so we actually hired someone else to sing the song, Sebastian Garola. And he's a kid, man. The kid was like 16, 17 years old when he sang that. Pretty cool guy, man. We had to rewrite the melodies and we had to rewrite the hook because the girl had written the hook. But Sebastian rewrote the melodies and the hook. But it came out great, man. If you guys want to go look it up on Spotify, it's called "Don't," Sebastian Garola. But I like the instrumental. For this stuff, I like the instrumental. And I can get away with it on YouTube because I own it. You know what I'm saying? So What's up? Okay. Nicholas says he's adding a PreSonus Quantum SE8. Not familiar. I am familiar with some PreSonus stuff, but not the SE8. What is that, Nicholas? Does that give you 8 in and how many out? Does that give you 8 preamps, like the Apollo 8P? But how many outputs can you get? Like if you were on a console. Oh, I got another camera. Let me show you. Let me share with you my studio cam. How y'all doing? Now you can see now. See, because now you can see my console. Now you can see how large it is. That's funny. But Sebastian's last name, Giroila, I think. Girola. I'll look it up. I'll even give you the link. Let me go over here to my Google. Actually, you know what? I'm actually on Spotify. I actually got Spotify open. I was playing some stuff earlier. Don't. Sebastian, there he is. Girola. Girola. So there you go. Don't with the make sure you put the little apostrophe thing on there. So that works. And back to that thing. Okay. Then back to Pro Tools. I was going to show you my Pro Tools screen, but now I got to click over here. Live stuff is cool, man, because I got to press buttons. Here's my This is the template that I'm going to be sharing with you guys on during the challenge. On the 22nd of September, we got the Minimal Mix Challenge coming up, man. It's going to be awesome. We're going to have a great time. It's going to be a lot of fun. So get in on that. I keep looking at the camera's here, but the screen is here. It's so weird. I have the camera here because when I teach and when I coach Pro Tools, my Pro Tools screen is right below my camera. And so I need to look at the Pro Tools, but I also need to kind of look at the camera at the same time. I don't know how these people use these, what do they call those? Teleprompters. I can't, man. I can't seem to get it. I don't know. I hate cameras. I just can't seem to get it through. Except this camera. This camera's cool. Because it's got that wide angle lens on there, man. It's pretty cool. So you get to see everything, man. There's a station back there. That's the podcasting system. There's actually another computer and another Rodecaster. This thing right here is the Rodecaster Pro. And okay, Nicholas says it's an 8 pre on there. Oh, that's cool, man. You get an 8 mic pre's, bro. That's you can do drums. Get ready for that, man. Yeah, this thing's got 4 pre's on it. You can actually use this as a mixer if you want to, but it's not what it's for podcasting. And then there's another one on that desk right there. So Nicholas is saying he's eventually going to go into a home studio in Santa Barbara looking at the ocean. Bruh. I look at, I don't have a window. There's that. But there's another building right on the other side. There's a driveway right there in another building. So that's what I get to look at. But that's cool. My sister sent me some pictures today, man. I don't know if I can show. Let me see if I can share. I don't have them on the screen. But my sister lives in North Carolina. I showed them to my wife. She was impressed. But my sister and her husband went on a little trip out to some, I don't know, man. It's like a swamp or something. But it's not gonna get it. It ain't gonna get it. But it's like a swamp or something. It's pretty cool. We're from South Louisiana, so seeing swamp water in North Carolina is pretty cool. So she had to take some pictures of that stuff for me. She sent it, and I said, oh, that's beautiful. You're so lucky. I'll send you some pictures of some homeless people and some dirt later. I don't know if she thought it was funny. I thought it was hilarious, but that's just me. Yeah, man, Santa Barbara's awesome. I know a couple people up there. I got a couple of students that I've worked with that are from one guy in Ventura, one guy in Santa Barbara, and beautiful place. We went up there. Our son, when our son was looking for colleges, we went up there and looked at a school, and it was nice, man. Spent the day up there, had lunch, saw the pier. It's beautiful. Definitely better than the valley. I tell you what. Right near the beach, man. It's not gonna be hot like it is here today. It's hot here today. Where's everybody from? Nicholas, I know you're in the Hollywood area, man. But who else is up in here? Who else we had? We had some other people in here. Let's see. Dwell in the Truth, Brenton Powers podcast. Sebastian's last name. Yeah, you got that. I answered that. Ryan Higgins. Huggins. Sorry, bro. Do I know Ryan? Ryan, do I know you? Do we know each other personally? Have we met? Have you met me? And you still come to this thing? Oh, that's funny. No, it's funny because it's true. Some people, I definitely put people off, bro, just because I don't care. And I just speak my mind, and I do get in trouble sometimes. Like, I did something the other day, and my wife was like, why'd you flip that lady off? I said, oh, no, it wasn't for her. It was for the other guy on the other side. But the other lady thought I flipped her off. It was funny at the moment, but, then we, okay, Brenton Powers' podcast is from, okay, we've talked before, man. He was up in NorCal. Yeah, we've spoken before. Yeah, so, I'm surprised you came back, bro. No, I'm kidding, man. No, look, this is just supposed to be fun. It's not supposed to be pressure and I'm not trying to teach you. I'm definitely not trying to sell you nothing. Although the challenge I got coming up ain't free, but that's just because I want committed people to show up. Because it's gonna be I'm dropping some gold, bro. Dropping some stuff that y'all ain't seen yet, and it's a thing, man. It's been a pattern for a while, and I was working with somebody else, and the pattern continued, and like my students come in, bro, and they bring sessions that they've been working on, and their sessions come in. And, oh man, I had I'll bring this up. Well, look at it tomorrow. Go look at my YouTube video tomorrow. You'll see what you'll see. I actually have a template that somebody left on our system here at the studio. We have other engineers come in and they use our system, and they left their template. And bro, their template is crazy. He's got one track that's got literally 20 plugins on it, I swear. He buses it out to another auxiliary so he can get more plugins on there. It's crazy. It's a Pro Tools session, but I think you can get the idea. Yeah, that's it. That is the one. Sebastian Garola. Is that how you say it? I guess that's how you say it. Yeah. Sebastian Garola. He was from, I think he was from, I don't want to say where, I don't want to mess that up, but somewhere in South America. Put it that way. Cool kid. Kind of an idiot, but cool kid. He's no longer in this country because he's an idiot, but that's another story. We can talk about that some other time. But, so, Joanne's pushing ES Audio again. There she goes. She owns the studio. I don't know if y'all know that, man, but Joanne Bush she is the owner of the business. So she's my boss in more ways than one. So there you go. And she yells at me pretty much daily because I require that to get motivated. But no, she's super cool to work with. And she knows stuff that I don't know, and she's really good at it, especially when it comes to that social media crap. I don't want to. That's my thing. I could probably figure it out, but I don't want to. 'Cause she's good at it, so I don't have to be. So what we're saying? Oh, yeah, I was working with a student came in, and he brought, this session probably, he'd been working on this session for probably months, and he brings it in. And it's just got, bro, I mean, he had a vocal track, and he literally had every slot filled, man. Every insert and every send, and then he was busting it out to a subgroup, and that subgroup had plugins all over it and sends all over it. Man, I mean, it just got to a point where I was just like, bro, who told you that you should use all these plugins? I mean, the dude had like 3 de-essers. What? Why do you need 3 de-essers, man? Stop. If you record the thing right, you don't need a de-esser at all. Seriously, bro. I mean, yeah, okay, a de-esser is sometimes handy if you didn't record the audio and somebody sent you the tracks to mix, and, they didn't record it as you would or as good as you would, or sometimes there's a singer that, here's an example, man. There might be somebody out there might only have one vocal microphone that they use all the time. You haven't spent all your money yet on other microphones. So You just got the one. And some microphones don't work well with some singers, simply because there's a frequency that comes out of that singer's mouth that distorts that microphone at that frequency. And that's where it's usually a higher frequency, usually 8K and above, that you might let's say 5K and above, that you might need to de-ess. And that's why you need to de-ess it. There are other things you can do. Like you can take it off axis a little bit. You can back it up a little bit. I've actually used 2 pop filters to avoid having that frequency try to come through, you know. And then you can adjust the rest of it later, or you can adjust the rest of it on the way in at an EQ, you know, if you need to. If you need to keep that crispiness but want to get rid of that S distortion, you know, there are other things you can do. But let's say you only got the one microphone and there's that one singer that just doesn't, that microphone doesn't like that singer. Yeah, then you might have to deal with a de-esser. But I generally try to avoid using a de-esser if I can. Like if I'm recording it, yeah, I'm gonna take the time and get the I'm gonna get the sound right before I'm just gonna get it right at the source. And that's the biggest thing. That's the biggest thing, man, is getting the sound correct at the source. Take the time to understand how your tools work. Your microphones, your brand new compressors, your EQs, your preamps, your placement, your geometry and your trigonometry on, you know, use all those math skills that you avoided in high school, bro. You know, you're going to have to use them, sorry. But that's what it comes down to, man. Get it right at the source, and then mixing is simple. You know, mixing can literally take 45 minutes, as you'll see tomorrow on tomorrow's video. Now I'm making you watch tomorrow's video. Look at me. Thanks for saying that about not needing de-essers. Someone asked me if I use them, but I barely use them. I just use EQ and record. Thank you. Somebody else that knows something about something. You know, I don't think we're all kids here, man. I think we're a little more seasoned, if you will. You know what I mean? So we understand that you got to get it right at the source. But these kids today, bro, the neighbor kid, his birthday celebration today was, I mean, he's never not known internet. He's never not known YouTube. You know, it's always just been there. In his mind, it's just, there's that thing. You know, it's just always been there. If he's got a question, he goes to YouTube. I didn't have that, you know. My best friend when I was a kid was a stick. You know what I mean? That was my toy. Damn. So, yeah, look, coming up, bro, we had what we had, you know. There's a few videos on my YouTube channel about that. You know, how we used to do things with a stereo tape recorder, you know, and bouncing things down and keep bouncing it down till you get, you know, so you can essentially get 4 tracks out of it, you know, and then lay vocals on top and then play the drums on top and then play a guitar and, you know, try to make a song. You know what I mean? But trying to sync 2 realistic tape machines together, that stuff's crazy. But, yeah, kids today, bro, they got, you know, access to 4,000 tracks. Pro Q3 for me. Larry? No. You know what EQ I use? Let me show you what EQ I use. I'll go to my template. Let me go to my template first. Where is it? Here it is. Let me go to my template first, and I'll bring up the EQ that I use all the time. I'm on Pro Tools, by the way. I use EQ3. That's the one that comes with Pro Tools. I mean, sorry. Not trying to be mean or nothing, man, but Pro Q3 for the money? No, absolutely not. For me, no. I have it. And in tomorrow's video, I explained why I have it. The reason I have it is because we're a commercial studio. We have other engineers come here and use our equipment, come here and use our stuff to do their job, to do what they want to do. They record, they might come in and record drums, they might come in and record vocals, guitars, whatever. They might come in and mix. And their favorite EQ is the Pro Q3, you know? So we have it because of that. I don't use it. I hate it. I don't want to say I hate it. I don't like the visual behind it of the spectrum of the graph, because what you do at that point is you stop listening and you're watching for frequencies. And I tell my students to not look at the frequencies, listen for the frequencies, man. You know, so it's just me. It's just me, bro. I mean, if you like the Pro Q3, I'm not gonna be mad at you, but it's just I try to avoid that. I like the one that comes with Pro Tools. I generally use the tools that come with Pro Tools. My favorite plugins are anything not Waves. I'm kidding, sort of. No, I like the UAD stuff. We have UAD interfaces, but I also have the native UAD stuff. The UAD X, I guess. Those are well done, and they work on, it's not really a problem. We have a Mac Studio in this room, and it doesn't seem to need the extra. Doesn't seem to need the extra, the extra juice. So Larry said, "Thanks, great answer." Yeah, I got one right. No, it's just me, man. It's an opinion, is what it is. So I mean, if y'all like that, go do that. That's why we have it on our system, because some engineers come in and they like it. Dude, we pay for the entire Waves bundle. We pay the annual. We got every Waves plugin ever made, and I still don't use them. I don't think there's one that on that last record I did use that Magma channel strip a lot, mostly on the bass stuff, kick drums, bass drum, bass guitar. But that was just to give it some dirt. I can get dirt everywhere. There's tons of places you can get dirt. Drive, if you will, because that emulated like a tube channel, so like you're driving it through a tube. Although we've got in this rack right here, where am I pointing? Right there. That's a Charisma by SPL, and that's dirt right there. That's adding dirt. That's all it does is add crunch. You basically taking your thing and running it through a tube channel. But this console, the GS3000, let me go back to my studio cam. You can't see it, but it's right here next to my Stream Deck. There's 2 channels of tube driver. I can basically run signal through a tube, and I can drive it. I can crank it. That's kind of cool because I can plug a guitar. It's got 3 modes. What is it? Guitar. It's got a guitar mode, and then a line in and a mic in. So, but in guitar mode, it's like plugging into a tube guitar amp. I'm not a guitar player, although I have a couple of them stacked up behind me over here. But there's that. But yeah, no, run it through a tube. This console is kind of unique in that it has that tube drivers built in. So what I don't have is a thing to tell me how many people are here. But I think Joe can tell me. She could drop it in the chat. I'm watching on Twitch today because YouTube is like super delayed, man. Last week I tried to watch it on YouTube I got a tablet. Let's go back to the studio cam. I have a tablet right here. Oh, you guys can't see it. Yeah, there's a tablet right here, and so I can see. Man, I love the studio cam. I'm gonna go there a lot. There's another camera on the system behind me, the podcast system, but it's not turned on. But I could have that, and then you could have the whole back side of this thing. But on the studio cam, man, you basically see in the whole room. Yep, you're seeing the whole room, all the racks, and you see Scully sitting there doing nothing. Yeah, he's a lazy punk. All he does is sit over there on that box. That's pretty funny. But he gonna get active here next month. But that's his jam. It's like his favorite holiday. Okay, enough of that. What else? As far as compressors, my favorite that I've been using a lot, and I keep it in my template. This is my template here. I do keep this in my template. This one's on my template. It's this SSL bus compressor, and man, it's authentic. It feels really good. Let me get rid of this EQ because I don't really need that. This bus compressor works really, really well. And because I do have one, let me come back over here. Hang on a sec. I do have one. Studio cam, please. There's one. Oh, you can't really see it because it's right on. It's right underneath. Arts is here. He says, howdy, everyone. Yeah, it's right underneath my, or right on top of the patch. You see the patch bays there in a little corner. But it's right on top of the patch bays. I have an SSL Bus Plus. So it is an authentic bus compressor. And I do use that on, I use that pretty much on every mix. You know? If you're not familiar with the Bus Plus, it is an SSL bus compressor. It's dual channel. So I can do typical stereo. I can do dual mono, if you will. Like if I only need one. Or I can do mid-side. I can also sidechain. There's a sidechain input. I can sidechain from my my patch bay. And then, but the cool thing about the Bus Plus, the plus part of the Bus Plus is the dynamic EQ. And it's also got the 4K modes. There's 4 different 4K modes, 4,000 modes. And so you can get really, really authentic on the 4K model of the bus compressor. And it's really well done. It's definitely not cheap, but I like it. It's really well done. Like I said, it sits on my master fader on my console. Oh, back to the we're still on the studio cam. Look at it. I'm over here looking at this camera. I should be looking at this camera. No, that one stays on that one stays on the master fader all the time. So, the bus compressor that I keep on my template, I really like it. It reminds me of the Bus Plus. So it reminds me of an SSL bus compressor. If you're familiar with a real SSL bus compressor, that plugin reminds me of it. So it's really well done. And I think it comes with your Steven Slate bundle. It either comes with Steven Slate or it comes with your UAD native. I forget. We just pay for everything. You know? So, what else has been happening? How's everybody's football team doing? Anybody keeping up? Or do we not care? I've pretty much given up already. So, but again, this Saints fan. So, you know, we give them one game and they're like, all right, it's over. Let it go. Now they're kind of rebuilding, man. I thought this would have been the year for them to come back and do some cool stuff because, 25 years after Katrina and the city needs a boost, whatever, man. Anyway, so the thing coming up, man, the challenge. Oh, he don't follow the foosball. All right. Movie references. Here we go. All right. So yeah, no, I agree, man. And I give them a couple of tries but I think they lost today because I wasn't wearing my socks. I got a pair of socks that I'm supposed to wear on Sunday and I forgot because I had to go I had to go wash the car this morning. That's what that was. I had a chore. And had to go wash the car. It was all right. Car washing is okay. Not bad. I go to one of those ones that's got the hose and you got to wait in line because it's Sunday and every other dad's out there trying to wash their car. But I don't pay somebody else to do something I could do myself. There's that. But so search for the artist and the song. Hope they had a direct link in the chat. Oh, you're talking about the don't? Let me see if I can go back to my Spotify. Let me see if I can steal the link from Spotify. Let's see. I think they have it here. Copy link to song. Look at that, man. Spotify got it figured out, bro. And then come back over here to the chat and drop it in the chat. Hopefully other people don't mind, but I'm dropping that in the chat for there you go. Dropping that in the chat. It's Spotify. So you'll have to go to Spotify and look at it, but there you go. That would be the song. He's got a couple other songs that we worked on with him, and they're pretty good. I actually mixed all the songs that you find of him on Spotify. I actually mixed all those for him, so there is that. Those are all my mixes. If you want to go hear some of my mixes, I got a lot of mixes out there. Yeah. Some are good, some are not so good. But it's a lot of times in mixing, man. We have to deal with the artist. One thing that I'm not good with, I mean, I'll do it, but I'm not really happy about it. Is have the artist in the room while I'm mixing. I have a hard time with that. I don't know if you guys experience that, but I have a difficult time having the artist there with me. Because you open up a tool that you're going to use and like, oh, what is that, an EQ? Why do you need an EQ? What is that? Why using that? Why using that? What is that? Why is that blue? It's like, bro, shut up. I'm trying to work, But generally, my way of mixing is that you send me a song, I mix it, I send it to you. You got notes, I do the notes, send it to you. That kind of vibe, I generally do 2 revisions. It normally doesn't take me more than 2 revisions to get your notes done, but sometimes I get it done on the first one. Every once in a while, I'll send a song to an artist. These are usually artists that I've worked with before. I'll send the first draft, and they're like, "That's it, bro. Thank you. Here's your check." Cool, man. But that's because I've worked with them before. I kind of know their ideas that they want, and I basically have templates set up for that artist. Like that last record we just did, which should be being released in September. So it is September now. The artist just reached out, or the label just reached out to me this past week for how I wanted my credits to be listed on the liner notes. So it should be getting close to being released. So hopefully, definitely by the end of the month, it'll be released, and I can share that with you. Right now, I can't really share it with you because it's not like, I don't know if they got all the copyright stuff done, whatever. That's not on me. It's on them. So I was the producer, recording engineer, and mixing engineer on this whole album, and it's really well done. And I actually found the drummer. So the drummer kid was really good, bro. He's a young kid, just moved to LA from Houston, killing it. I think I've told y'all about that before. He was awesome. But we'll be sharing that with you when it gets released, because I'm actually proud of it. It's a good record. It's if you like guitar driven rock stuff, it's really well done. And yeah, look, I know I'm putting back to the studio cam. I know I'm putting a cup right here on my console, but it's got a dent right here where the cup has always sat, so it's perfect. And it's a safety. It's got a safety thing on it. Look, see, I have to open it. All right, I'll move it over here. I know Joanne's like freaking out a little bit, but there's that. But it's a safety cup. It's okay. It's a sippy cup because they know how I am. But I wasn't just leaving it on the console all the time. Okay. Any questions related to anything studio, man? I mean, I'm here to answer questions. More so about businessy stuff, man. If anybody's got any questions about how to start or run or build a studio business, I mean, that's kind of what I'm good at, man, because I've done it a couple times. We built ES Audio, the company, 21 years ago, 2003, 2004, almost 22 years ago now. But still going pretty strong, and doing well. We always put off doing taxes till October, so we're fixing to do that. But it should be easy, because we made about the same amount of money we made the last time. So last time was pretty easy. It only took us a couple of days to get through, But yeah, we do it ourselves because it's easy. It's not nothing to it, Especially when you're it's just you doing business as you, It's pretty simple. Ain't no need to have all this LLC crap and corporations unless you're trying to protect, your personal assets. Like if you own an airplane and a yacht, you know what I mean? Oh, there you go. Nicholas said he got the song link. Enjoy the song, man. It's pretty cool. Like I said, man, the kid came up with some pretty cool lyrics, and I'm gonna go ahead and embarrass myself. That guitar solo you hear in the end, I put that in later. That was me, and I'm not a guitar player, bro. Don't be mad. You know. Oh, okay, yeah. Brenton Powers podcast is asking, what are your thoughts on Rick Beato and the song he was generated on Suno with ARs? Yeah, man. We were just having this conversation earlier today, and it was with the neighbor boy having his birthday. You know, they don't know what it took in 1979. They don't know what it took to make a song. You know, bro, you had to know how to. Well, first of all, you had to know how to play. You had to be a halfway decent songwriter. You had to know how to sing. You had to know. You know, you go into a studio, bro. You got like maybe 3 takes on that roll of tape to get a single done. You know, but yeah, no, this we were talking about there's that band Velvet Sundown, which was also a Suno AI artist, and people thought they were real, man, and they were kind of upset when they found out that they were AI. Well, we can't go see them in concert? No, you can't, bro. The computer made this stuff up, you know. But now, bro, you don't even. I get lost in these. I sometimes look at Reddit, you know, for I don't know why, but whatever. I got booted off the Avid Reddit site because I said something about. Somebody asked a question about what kind of PC they should get, and I said you should get a Mac, and they booted me off the Avid website, the Avid Reddit for that. Whatever, man. Y'all too sensitive. Leave me alone. But yeah, we're talking about that we're talking about that with the kid today, and they can. You just have to have an idea, and you could type it out. You get, you know, these guys on Reddit, man. They think they're like professional artists and singers and songwriters and producers and. I made a song in 28 seconds. Bro, shut up. Shut up. Stop. You didn't make nothing. You know, your AI took from bits and pieces from everybody else and made a song. You didn't create anything. You might have wrote a prompt that said, write me a country song about a truck and a dog and a beer can. That's all you did, but just because you had an idea when you were in the other room the other day. Whatever, man. Y'all gonna make me mad now. Yeah, Suno, I don't know how we're gonna I don't know how we are gonna combat that. I don't know, man. Like Spotify's got to come up with some kind of way that they can tell that song was AI generated, you know? Right now, they just ask you, "Oh, is there any AI generated stuff in the song?" People saying, "No, man, it's all me, bro. Come on." They have to have some kind of signature so that these people that create these songs on Udio and Suno or they don't get paid like I get paid. You know, they don't get paid like we get paid. People who actually put in work. You know, I don't know. That's what kind of pisses me off about it, bro. Is that, you know. We're putting in work. How long, dude, that album, the album's got basically 12 songs on it. There was 13, but the guy only opted for the 12 because he's going to be printing vinyl. So the other song is going to come out as a single later. So let's say there's 13 songs. Okay, we finished that record. That record went off to mastering in the third week of July. Let's say the middle of July. Dude, we started that project in December last year. We were doing pre-production in December. So that's 7 months, almost 8 months of work. And it was, the guy didn't come every day to the studio, you know. And Joe says live music, yeah, you can't go anywhere because Velvet Sundown and this other Sadie Winters, they can't play live. So live music, you're right, live music ain't going nowhere. You know, but, you know, Jenny Sue only listens to stuff through her phone with earbuds. She don't know. She's not going to concerts. She's only 14, you know, unless her mom takes her. She ain't going nowhere, you know, but whatever. But yeah, that record took almost 8 months, man, from start to finish. you know, and it's a real record. I mean, it's real drums. Everything's real. There's no, I don't think there's any, there's nothing. There's no samples. I did use some. There was a couple songs that needed some different tom sounds than I actually captured. So I used triggers. I triggered a sample, but they were my samples from another recording, you know. But that was just to give it a little bit of extra lift, if you will. It wasn't that I was replacing the sound. I just added to my sound. I added to what I recorded with something else that I had recorded, just to make it a little bit bigger. I wanted more of a John Bonham kind of vibe. There was one song in particular which I'll probably be sharing with you as soon as the record gets released. But there's one song that's got this. It's Led Zeppelin. I mean, let's just face it. The drummer kid, basically stole a Led Zeppelin riff, and he put it in, and he put it in just to be funny, because the artist, I think I told y'all one time before, but this was one of the days that the artist wasn't going to be available to be there when we were recording drums, and he just said, "Oh, I want it to sound like Led Zeppelin." He told the drummer, he said, "I want it to sound like Led Zeppelin." So the drummer played a Led Zeppelin riff, and I actually happened to capture it, and it made the record, man. Hopefully not too many other people catch it, but it's like, when you hear it, you can be like, okay, I know what song that came from. So it's funny, but we left it in the record because it's awesome, you know. And what is it? Oh, we were doing a record with Manny Charlton, the guy from Nazareth, R.I.P. But we're doing a record with him, and there was one song he was doing that was a Nazareth song, and I'm like, I said, "Hey, Manny, this sounds kind of like Led Zeppelin, right?" And he said, "Yeah." He said, "If you're gonna steal shit, steal it from the best." I was like, "All right." So yeah, he admitted to stealing that riff from Led Zeppelin, you know, because you hear it and you're like, "Bro, it's Led Zeppelin. What are you doing?" But that was Manny. Manny Charlton. He did that and apparently got away with it, you know. So that was an okay record to do. Some really big players on that record. Maybe we'll talk about that one day. That was, how long ago was that, Joe? When was that? 10 years ago, maybe? We recorded that record? I think it was about 10, maybe 11 years ago. Might have been even more, man. Time flies, bro. You know? But yeah, okay, so the challenge coming up. We are using one of the songs from we are going to be using one of the songs from the Chet Thompson record. But hopefully by then it will have been released. So you guys, well, I mean, come on, I have the song. So I'll play you, you know, we'll be able to, on the challenge, I'll be able to play you the real song. But I'm stripping it down. I'm not using everything from the song. I'm stripping it down to just drums, but the drums are just bass, kick, snare, hat, rack, floor, overhead, rooms, and a mono room. And that's it. I stripped it down. I mean, you know, in the real recording, man, I got a sub kick, I got a bottom snare, you know, whatever. But yeah, I wasn't gonna say that, Joe, but since you said it, yeah, that record we had Steven Adler was on drums on that. The Manny Charlton record was Steven Adler, and who else was on there? What's the guy from Chicago? What's that guy's name? Joe remembers names. I'm horrible. So yeah, the drummer from Chicago, man. What's his name, Joe? Don't be quick about it. Take your time. Whatever. She'll throw it up there, and I'll throw it on the screen for you. But she'll put it on there. But yeah, man, that was a fun record to work on. Joe, do you remember how long ago it was? Or is it just me being weird? It was probably like 3 days ago, but I'm thinking 11 years. But that's fine. But no, the song we're gonna be working with on the challenge is one of the songs from the record, but I'm stripping it down. I'm stripping down the guitars to one mic and 1 DI on the rhythms, and 1 mic and 1 DI on the solos. Wally Reyes Jr. Wally Reyes Jr. Walfredo Reyes Jr. The drummer from Chicago. He's on there as well, on that Manny Charlton record. But who else? Man, see, now we're digging deep. Never mind. Let's not even start that. There were so many cool people on that record. So many good players on that record, man. We'll go there some other time. But yeah, the song is called Bad Man that we're going to be using on the challenge, and it's just simple rock, straight ahead. There's drums, bass, guitar, solo guitar, lead vocal, and background vocals, and that's it. Really simple. Actually, you can, if you want to get a little taste of what we're going to do, check out tomorrow's YouTube video on Learn Pro Recording. Okay, I know all you guys are subscribed, so you'll get when you wake up tomorrow, you'll see a notice. 10 a.m. it drops. All my videos come out at 10 a.m. on Mondays, so you'll get to see it. But yeah, it's an awesome. I think it's 9 minutes long. But I'm just showing you my my quick mix. I do a quick mix. I think I used 4 plugins, maybe 5, on the whole thing. And the song sounds good. It's a mix with 5 plugins, and that's it. If you don't count the reverbs and delays, there's only 5. If you want to count the reverbs and delays, I think there's 7. So there you go. Oh shoot! Look at the time, man. The time just flies. The time goes by so quick when we're just talking crap. Any questions, comments, and concerns that I can help anybody with, man? That's what we're here. That's why we do this. We do it because there's nothing else to do on a Sunday at my house, I guess. On a Sunday night, other than this is the wind down of the week. That's what this is. We the studio's generally closed on Sundays. Every once in a while. Oh yeah, that's what it was. Joanne says Vivian Campbell from Def Leppard was one of the guitar players on that Manny Charlton record. That was fun. That guy, bro. Yeah, he's pretty good, right? He's not bad. If you're a Def Leppard fan, you get it. So, but yeah, Sunday nights, man, we're generally closed on Sunday. But if somebody wants to work, I'll work it. I'm not mad. But yeah, I mean, I generally like to take the time off. Don't spend every moment that you're alive working on your stuff, man. Take a break, enjoy the families, take some time off, man. I mean, maybe make it, if you do this for your living, maybe make it like a 5-day-a-week thing, 4-day-a-week. Take a 3-day weekend every weekend, Learn to fish or something. I don't know. But don't spend every moment doing this, I did that in the beginning, man. I thought, it's a hustle. I got to be here. I got to do this. I got to do that, But I'm now seeing that it's better my work is better because I'm more relaxed. I'm not at the studio 19 hours a day. You know what I mean? I'm actually sleeping. Imagine that, bro. I'm getting some sleep. I've decided to put some boundaries up and only work on certain projects. I do have staff. I got 2 guys, and if they need to do something, they have keys. Go do it. They know how to turn stuff on. Hopefully they know how to turn it off because that electric bill is up there. But but no, that's the thing, man. Is I've learned this whole year. I've decided to starting at the end of last year. I was like, I need to focus on not working so much, So I did that record. And that pretty much took up a lot of my time, man. I stopped doing the little 1 hour, 2 hour sessions here and there. I don't do that anymore. I don't need to do it. I got guys that can do that. If somebody needs that service, I got somebody that can do it. So I mean, I got a couple of clients that hire me to mix their stuff. They might work on their stuff at home, and then they send me their files, and I mix it for them. But that's mixing for me is easy, man. I don't know. There's a thing. And I actually mentioned it. On the YouTube thing for tomorrow. Maybe I shouldn't have done that, but whatever. I don't know. I'm generally here to piss people off, right? But I didn't mention any names or anything. But there's a guy. I saw a thing on Facebook where this guy it's a sponsored ad on Facebook, and he's like telling you he's wanting you to buy his course, his DIY course, where he teaches you how to mix a song in 14 days. In 14 days, you could take a song from start to finish. 14 days, bro. That's 2 weeks. That's 2 solid weeks of working on one song. Bro, I mean, 4 hours is long for me. An afternoon is a little bit too long for me, man. You're wanting to tell, bro, I mean, okay, cool, but 14 days, man? Come on. Seriously? No, thank you. No, thank you. And the course was like, I don't know, it was more than, less than $300, put it that way. Less than $300. But my minimal mix challenge is $47. And I'm going to show you how to mix a song with minimal. You know, in the 5 days, I'm not going to, in this challenge, if you guys must know, during this challenge, I'm not going to show you how to use an equalizer. You should already know that. And if you don't, I'll point you to YouTube where you can go learn how to use an equalizer. You know, I'm going to share with you why you might want to use that equalizer right there. What purpose it's going to serve, not how to use it. I'm not here to teach you how to use your tools, you know. I'm here to change your mindset on how mixing should happen. I'm here to change your framework on how you approach a mix and how you start a mix and how you finish a mix. That's what the challenge is about, man. And I do suggest there's two different tickets. One is the general admission. It's $47. You get the challenge. 1 hour a day for 5 days. It's actually 6 days, but don't tell nobody. We're going to do a bonus day. But 1 hour a day. And there's no Q&A. Don't ask questions because we don't have time for that, man. We're moving on, right? This is for the people who want to learn how to mix minimal, okay? Get a mix done in 4 hours, not 2 weeks. But there's a VIP ticket to the challenge, which gives you an extra hour before the challenge starts with me. So you and I are going to hang out for an hour. You can ask me anything about anything, and I'm going to coach you and help you grow into minimal mixing. Because honestly, that's where we need to go. We need to go back to the 1970s. Okay? I don't know if you guys remember the band Zebra? What was the song? Look Who's at the Door or something like that, or I forget the song. Whatever. The band Zebra. Bro, that was one of my first interactions with a band and a studio situation. Who's Behind the Door? I think that's the name of the album. Great record, man. But they were trying too hard to be Led Zeppelin. That's what they were doing. And it's kind of funny. But great band though, dude. They were great players, great dudes. That was literally one of my first interactions with studio stuff. I was a kid, man. I was 17, 18, something like that. I had just come back from the UK. We moved to the UK when I was 13, and I came back when I was 17, almost 18-ish. And so that, yeah, right when I got back, man, I those guys were from kind of my hometown, you know, where I'm from. And so they were basically high school buddies, friends of friends kind of vibe. It wasn't like I knew them in high school and that kind of thing. They were, I didn't go to high school there, so I didn't really have friends there. But but they were friends of friends, you know. So they were like, hey, working with this, going to hang out with this band. You want to come over? I was like, yeah, okay. So went over and hung out. But it was fun. So Joe says, record, smiley face record. That's what that means. So, but yeah, okay. We could do another We could do another one of these, man, where we talk about. I could actually ask y'all how you got started and stuff like that. Maybe next week. Why don't we do that? Next week we'll talk about first interactions in a studio and what it was like and who was with, and that kind of thing. And then I can share my story, and then y'all can share your stories. Does that sound like fun? Sound like fun to me. All right, a couple more minutes. I'll give you a couple minutes to. I need to add a thing too where it tells me how many people are here. Because if there's nobody here right now, like if there's nobody else here, I could go. I got stuff to do. I got stuff to do. It's Sunday. I'm gonna go hang out with my chick, and she's right in the other. Her office is on across the hall. So boom. So yeah, we share an office. So there's that. So it's kind of funny, She's actually doing the emoji thing. Here, one more time on the emoji thing. So there's that. But that's funny. All right, let's get up out of here. We will see y'all. I'll see you tomorrow on YouTube. Oh, let me share. Oh yeah, it's right here. Let me share this. Hang on. Before we go, this is the Minimal Mix Challenge. Go to minimalmixchallenge.com and get signed up, bro. I mean, there it is. This is what it's about. Let me see if I can go over. I think I can do this. Yeah, let me go roll this up a little bit. You can see what it's talking about. Mixing shouldn't be complicated or take forever. Mix more with less. 5-day challenge. The problem, the solution, the transformation, how it works. Join the challenge today. Others are saying, this is me. In case you guys care. You might recognize that picture from the picture today. But this is when it is. September 22nd through the 27th. I should change that to the 26th, but that's fine. Online on Zoom. Who it's for? It's for you. General admission, $47. VIP, which I suggest, is only, and I say only, $97. Come on back up over here. And we're going to get up out of here. One more shot of the studio cam. Boom. I need to do something. We need to get Scully involved in this, Joe. We need to bring Scully, put him on a chair right next to me. We'll do that on the next one. Especially, why don't we make that an October thing? Because that's Scully's favorite holiday, the Halloween time. All right. I'm going to get up out of here. We'll see y'all next week. Thanks for hanging. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for all the great questions. Great questions, I meant to say. And if you haven't looked up that song, Don't, please do. Don't look at it. Yeah. No, go do look at it, man. It's an awesome song. I think you'll like it. All right. We'll see y'all next time. Donny B.